set for a good AFC matchup between the Houston Texans and the Los Angeles Chargers. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Block 11!
You can't block me.
Rivers on first down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard.
At the 30-yard line.
Set, 180.
Hey.
Now it's a bootleg with Rivers. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down. Now keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in the air, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. You remember those 3 interception games. It can be contagious, give you a little momentum.
They really can, and it doesn't matter whether it's one person or if you spread them across your entire defense. Everybody wants a piece of that pie.
Mike.
180.
Hey, watch the ball.
Wait, 89.
On third down, Rivers. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that's going to make it fourth down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Jones on the return. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10.
You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
29.
Check nickel.
25.
On first down, Watson. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller, and he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
To throw is Watson. He's going to wind up and air it out, and that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Back to the air, Watson on second down. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. The Clemson connection. Watson to Hopkins for a big one. 42 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
Watch twin. Alert.
Mike 52, Mike 52.
From the gun, here's Watson. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Texans 7, Chargers nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go. Let's do it.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the bootleg. Rivers. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Brandon Dunn. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. So it's 3rd and long for the Chargers, and Rivers after the sack. Rivers sets up the screen to Gordon. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 8 yards on the screen there, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Alert.
Watch out, watch out, watch out.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
25-yard line.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Mike 57.
Hey, 59.
Alert 3.
Let's go.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it, and his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Chargers in good field position to start out, 1st and 10.
180.
Watch the
Left to right.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
He's brought down by Jaleel Adai. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at their 49-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming.
Hit 180. Block 15.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
12.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
I got you. He's coming. Double up.
Orange 5-4.
Rivers now from the 50. He's got a man open. That's Allen. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards, the final tally. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations, so he clipped out a football play. Looking for Benjamin, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And the return will stop right around the 25. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball?
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jerry Tillery in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Watson. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Houston. Kiki QT, 84 yards. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. One play has him up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10. Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player as well as a physical specimen.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rivers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Step around White. We hit.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. 2 minutes to play. First half. It's 14-0. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. 23 yards the pickup there. Well, last year, Henry really looked poised for a prime breakout season, but then May 22nd, tore his ACL during OTAs, ruled out for the year. Actually was added to the active roster in a pretty heroic return for their playoff clash with New England, but did not play. 29 career games for Henry, 12 touchdowns, and now with Antonio Gates' career coming to a close, they expect a lot out of the 24-year-old Hunter Henry. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now a run with Edwards. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be...
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Gus Edwards, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Let's see what you got.
Now Watson going deep for Hopkins. He's got a man, complete, past the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they end up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo and didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
My
The Charger drive about to get going. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Final play of the half, Rivers. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Got some room at the 30, and all the way up to the 33-yard line. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, it's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire...
They've got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 35. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Hey, 31!
Now a first down throw. Watson flush to his right. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Double dog, that's the way.
Throwing again is Watson. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
3rd and long, it's Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 18. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
What's that? 19!
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
He's coming. We got nothing.
A first down carry now for Miller. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
It's our field. It's our field. 58's the money. 58's the money.
Hey, watch the leg. Hey, 59. Hey, go.
Here's Watson. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. This defense tried to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, Watson. Yeah, he's got it. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Reset. 19.
Choose the mic. Hey, I'm coming.
They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Texans push further out in front.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Watch the screen.
Hey, 79. 79.
Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
Hey. Hey, check right, check. Q. Watch it,
Let's go, baby.
Hey, easy.
Get that.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Mark 55.
Hey, Zoo.
First down, Rivers. Now a leaping catch, he's got it. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down, L.A.
A gain of 12 yards. That's another Chargers first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10.
Alpha! Hey, Haywood!
Mike 55, Mike 55.
Load it!
Watch the slant.
From the gun, Rivers. And nowhere to get away. Rivers throws is dropped. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. To throw is Rivers. Henry's got it out on the left side. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Hey, go orange. Orange.
55 to Mike.
Hey, Echo.
Watch the screen. Pass.
Hey, check Mike. Check Hunt.
Rivers from the gun on third down. Looks for White, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson, and he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
That's right, baby. They don't want it.
Hey, 59. Check 50. Hey, 59.
Shit. Explain. Return.
After the interception, here's Watson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Watson now to throw. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. Johnson was the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Throwing on third down, Watson. And an alley to run. And avoids the contact by sliding. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Watson on first down. Going deep for Hopkins. Oh, so close to an interception. Read that beautifully. Got his hands on it, couldn't get it. And it's second down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Hey, 31. Hey, check Mike.
Watson going to throw again. Into the hands of the tight end. This is Jordan Thomas. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 19.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Watson now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run. and just lost track, and it cost him.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Throw left side, complete to QT. Good gains there back-to-back for Houston in the passing game and another first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
52's the mic. Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Check.
Hey, 59.
Check.
Hey, 59.
Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. Here we go. Let's bring it. Out we go.
To the air yet again, Watson. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game. And the Texans push further out in front. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
The Charger drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A second down throw for Rivers. Going deep here for Allen. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point, hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And an alley to run. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he will score. It's a touchdown. From end zone to end zone, it's a 106-yard return. And the Texans push further out in front. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Silver.
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be Incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off. I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on third down.
Hey, Alpha.
To the air again here, Rivers. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Rivers on first down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jaleel Adai. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Here we go. Put the boys down. He's coming. Line up.
Throwing now, Watson. And an alley to run. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. 16 yards, a 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Watson, and this one grabbed by Darren Fells. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Escaping the pressure right. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 24-yard line.
A gain of 21 yards.
On 1st down, it's Watson. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Intended for PPQT. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now Watson to throw again. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Nasir Adderley, the rookie from Delaware. And that will write a finish to this ball game. A big offensive explosion.